Attention, quiet on the set. It's Tirade TV. See, when it comes to this so-called or this our Second Amendment, you have three sides. You have the one side who they want more gun control. They don't believe in Second Amendment. They believe only maybe that the powers that be, quote unquote powers that be, should have all the authority, have all the tools to defend themselves. Then you have some that are on the fence. They're like, well, I can see why, so-called powers that be need to have it, but I can also see where they may not need to have it. But they also can see, they'll also say that, oh yeah, I can see where the people would need to defend themselves. It's like they're straddling the fence. Then you have those people that believe in the Second Amendment. And not only do they not believe in the Second Amendment, they also believe that they have a God-given right to defend themselves, regardless of what happens. And all of these so-called shootings everywhere, those are meant to frustrate and make angry the people who are against the Second Amendment, who want more gun control, who think only the law enforcement should have tools to protect and defend, who think it's okay for politicians to tell us not to have it, but yet they're guarded very well. And let's be honest, most of them, if you were to go in their homes right now, they have some tools in there for self-defense, some tools that go bang for self-defense, right? They're using all of these shootings to frustrate those who are against the Second Amendment and to win over those who are straddling the fence, those lukewarm people who not really for sure which way to go. That's what they're doing. And I don't know why you all can't see that. You see, take the prison system, for example. We can use a prison as an example. The so-called prisoners outnumber the guards, usually. And at any point in time, they could really take over. But they don't. But they really could. Only thing that kind of evens the playing field is the guards have tools for self-defense, where the prisoners, they don't really have access to those same tools for self-defense. Could you imagine if the prisoners or the inmates had access to the same tools for self-defense as the guards? Remember, they already outnumber the guards. Now they would have tools, the same tools for self-defense as the guards. So who's going to win that battle? That's what the so-called powers that be are afraid of. It's like the so-called powers that be are guards. And everyone else in this country, regardless of your skin color or your race or your so-called religious beliefs or whatever, they look at us as the prisoners. You with me? That's exactly what they're doing. That's what this looks like to them. They're the guards, we're the prisoners. We go where they tell us to go. We do what they tell us to do. We buy what they tell us to buy. Yes, they do. In a sense, they do. They market to us what they really want us to have. Things that they don't want us to have is always kind of like just out of reach. You know what I mean? And they use everything against us to keep us confused. one thing they use is race. Now, I'm not saying that slavery didn't happen, because we know it did. I'm not saying that there isn't racism right now, because we know that it is. What I'm saying is they're using it against us, especially the black community. Well, it's like they're trying to make all the white people feel guilty, and they're trying to make all the black people feel like victims. You see what I mean? They're putting us at odds against each other. Then they're gonna bring in the, the Asians and the Hispanics or whatever. That's what they do. The border crisis, they're trying to use that against us, because believe it or not, there are some people who believe that there should be open borders and everybody should come in. And there are people that believe that no, you want to be in this country, that's fine, but you need to go through the legal process of becoming a U.S. citizen, which is more than fair. They're using that to separate us. Then here they come with the political party system. There are several political parties, but the main two are the Republican Party and the Democratic Party. And they're making it seem like that one is better than the other, when it's really not. My personal opinion. They make it seem like the Republican Party is just so racist, and the Democratic Party, they're just the lover of all people. Well, I hate to break your hearts if you believe that, but there are just as many racists on one side as the other. Now, let's be honest. Just as many on one side as the other. But we can't see that because they get us in an uproar. See, what they'll do is they'll put, let's say the Democratic Party, for example, they will pander to the black people, and they'll put someone black in office, and they'll appoint black people in several different, positions of authority to make it seem like they really love black people, when they really don't. You see what I mean? That's exactly what they do. So what it does is it keep everyone at odds with each other. Then you have the other people who are like, well, hold up. The Republicans are like, we're not racist. We're just not from the pander to one particular race. And of course, when you say that, then the Democrats, they get all hot and bothered, I guess. And there goes your battle. We have a bunch of little mini battles going on within this country right now, and no one seems to see it. And then you have your pro-Second Amendment and your anti-Second Amendment. You have your pro-face diaper group, and you have your anti-face diaper group. You have your pro-life versus your pro-choice when it comes to abortion. It's like they've divided us in so many different ways, it's really hard to it's getting to the point where you can't even count how many ways they're dividing us. It's crazy. We need to wake up and see what they're doing to us. Because as has always been said, and the person who wrote it, the people who wrote it, I don't know. They could have been a white person, could have been a black person that wrote it. I don't know. But united we stand, divided we fall. There is something to that. Because no country, no governing authority can overtake the United States at its finest. What I mean at its finest is when all the people, all of us are together on one accord, even though we have differences. Because every human being was created different. God created us all differently. So we're going to have differences. We've had different experiences in life. So we're going to have differences. When we're all together as one, fighting against one cause, no one, and I repeat, no one, no group of people or no country or anyone can overtake us. And these so-called elitists and so-called people in positions of authority or leaders, or whatever you want to call them, they know that. So they have devised a plan to divide and conquer. That's exactly what's going on right now. Divide and conquer. It's one of the oldest, basically, war, I guess, strategies in history. You divide and conquer. Plain and simple. Even going back to with the jabs and the big C that's been in the world the past couple of years. You have people who believe that it's real and legit. You have others that are like, nah, it was planned. More division. The jab. People who are pro-jab, people who are anti-jab. More division. I mean, it's crazy how many ways we are completely divided right now. And for you all who are so-called tied or affiliated to a certain political party or a certain political candidate, let me tell you this. We are so far beyond that right now. You don't even see it. We're so far beyond it. I'm just telling you all to wake up, open your eyes, and see what the heck is going on before it's too late. Always, don't let mainstream media or don't let no politician decide for you. Stop being lazy and do the research for yourself. See you.
I hope you enjoyed. See you next time.